Hey everyone, welcome to today's Posse Talk. Now, this is our April series, which is focusing on Week of the Young Child and National Nanny Training Day. Today's video, we are going to talk about how to include families in a nanny setting, how to include families in the care we provide as nannies. So I hope that you are ready to join us for this week's talk and hear my five tips for including families in the care that you provide to their children. Alright, welcome to today's Posse Talk. Before I get started, if you have not met me before, my name is Jasmine Berry. I am the founder of Nanny Posse. We are a small nanny agency in North Carolina. However, I really get most of my gratification from helping nannies excel in the nanny career. I want to see other nannies find as much joy in this field as I have. So with that, we want to provide different educational resources for you through different tools, and Posse Talks being one of them. If you ever have a suggestion for what we should talk about on this series, well, let us know in the comments. We cannot wait to hear what you would like to learn about. Now, let's get into today's Posse Talk, which is how can we include families in the care that we provide for their children. And I have 5 tips that you can use and implement as soon as today if you'd like. Now, my first tip is to create a communication plan. What is a communication plan? That is simply to talk to your family and set aside not only the method in which they prefer to communicate. Do they want to mostly be involved via text? Do they want to be involved via written notes? Would it be best for them if you communicated to them orally at the end of each day? Or set aside a time every couple of weeks to talk it out. So create that communication plan with your parents and figure out what is the best method of communication for them so that they can be involved as much as possible, and so that you are always providing the best quality of care, as well as making sure that you highlight the things that are most important to them. Now, number 2, looking at my notes, ask questions. If you are ever unsure of what your family might want, or if you just want to get a better understanding of what is important to the parents and the family's lifestyle and their core values, well, the best way to find out is to ask questions. Ask open-ended questions just like you would a child. Try and not to lead them to an answer, and let them inform you and educate you on what is important to them and the care that you provide for their child. As well, make sure that it doesn't come off as an inquisition. When you're asking these questions, make sure keep it friendly, keep it light, and let them know that this is all because you want to make sure that you're always providing the quality of care that they want for their child. Now, nannying is a very individualized type of child care, so providing what the family wants, what's important to them and their core values, is key to making the most of this type of child care for the parents. Now, number 3, listen actively. What I mean by this is always make sure that you are paying attention when you're asking questions or having your communication sit downs. Make sure that you are not just passively sitting there, maybe doing something else. Don't necessarily be doing the lunches when you're trying to have an important conversation about the parents' involvement with childcare. Don't be trying to head out the door, like putting on your shoes and grabbing your bag, and you're kind of listening to what they're saying, but you're also like, ooh, and in 20 minutes when I get in my door, I can have a glass of wine. If that's where your head is, you're not going to be listening to what the parents are actually trying to tell you. So listen actively. So number 4 is observe thoughtfully. What I mean by this is, when you are watching the parents interact with their children, don't just observe, but observe in a way where you are asking yourself questions like, I wonder why they are playing only in this area of the house with the children. Maybe that's where they would like for me to play. Or I've noticed that when mom comes home, she only really wants to talk about the homework. Is homework something that's really important to her? Have we been missing something when we do homework together in the afternoons? Maybe that's something I should address with mom, because it seems to be a big thing for her when she's interacting with her child. So observe thoughtfully. Find those little, as you're watching the parents interact, find the different things that are important to them, and figure out if maybe this deserves a conversation, or maybe a little bit more involvement from you, something that you can do a little bit more of, because now you can see that it's important to them. All right, and lastly, number 5, be flexible. In order to include parents in the care that we're providing, we cannot be rigid in the type of care we're providing. What I mean by that is, you can't come in and say, all right, this is what my day is going to be, and I cannot move from this schedule. I'm going to start with some sensory play, and then we're going to have a snack, and then we're going to do this and this and this. Oh, but wait, mom has come home. That doesn't work with my schedule. No, be flexible. And that's just one instance of how to be flexible in order to include parents in the care that you're providing. So always make sure that you're not being too rigid in the care that you're providing, so that there's always room for different input from different people. As well, there's always room for you to change if you decide that this is no longer the path you would like to go. Hopefully those 5 tips helped you. If there are any more tips that you think are valuable to help to include parents in the care that you're providing, well, go ahead and put that in the comments below, so that other nannies can benefit from your ideas as well. With that in mind, next week is going to be our last video in the April series, where we are focusing on Week of the Young Child and National Nanny Training Day. So I hope you will join us next week as well. Don't forget that you can subscribe to our channel, and also don't forget that we would love to hear what you would like to learn about in these Posse Talks. Can't wait to see you next week.